Shocking news. XRP has failed case against SEC. XRP to $0. 1. XRP, a digital asset that is being indirectly considered as part of the ongoing SEC lawsuit against Ripple, is the fourth cryptocurrency by market capitalization excluding stablecoins after Bitcoin, Ethereum and Binance Coin. Welcome to the Rich Club channel. If you liked this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Do you think the analysts are right about XRP? Write the answers in the comments. Giving away 500 XRP at the end of the week. One random subscriber will receive XRP coins. Take a look at the instructions in the comments section. All you need to do is write the word XRP, watch the video to the end, to like and subscribe. Previously, the coin occupied a higher place, only below Bitcoin, but a lot has changed since then. In 2018, the then SEC Director of Corporate Finance, William Hinman, made a famous speech in which he stated that Ethereum and Bitcoin are not securities. The digital asset space craved, and still craves, regulatory clarity, and this speech provided enough opportunities for government agencies to act with a small amount of information available, which clearly paved the way for the insane growth of ETH. 3 years later, it turned out that Hinman's speech was only his personal opinion, or so the SEC and the ex-official claim. The Securities and Exchange Commission wants its internal documents related to the speech not to be disclosed, which led the SEC to change its tone and say the speech was part of the regulatory body's public guidance. And only Judge Annalisa Torres should make decisions and judge about it. Meanwhile, the SEC is also trying to argue that internal SEC documents have become irrelevant to the case after the court rejected the petition of individual defendants to dismiss the case. Ripple's lawyer seems to be getting increasingly tired of the SEC's proposals to postpone the review. The company wants to introduce a simplified trial schedule by mid-May to complete this case. Embroiled in a lawsuit, the blockchain giant cannot successfully realize its potential. Its flagship products, RippleNet and on-demand liquidity, are expected to accelerate distribution after the trial ends. The same goes for the central bank's digital asset solution, CBDC. On top of everything else, the long-desired plan for the placement of shares through an initial public offering of shares will remain a mirage until a settlement agreement or a court decision is reached. Like Ripple, XRP is expected to have better days soon, as its price is linked to the introduction of the Ripple network. Natalia Zakharova, head of business development at retail and institutional forex broker FX Open, expressed a rather optimistic opinion for XRP. Blockchain-based protocols such as Ripple provide the financial world with so much flexibility that it is unlikely that any institutional partner will deal with this issue after the trial is completed and/or a settlement is reached. Most of the institutional partners who have started using tokenized methods such as XRP understand the modern digital economy very well and probably think that XRP will be here and this type of structure will continue to grow exponentially, whereas the traditional system, including what the SEC based its entire existence on, will continue to be in her shadow. It's just evolution and progress. Therefore, market demand and infrastructure development are likely to continue. As soon as everything is over and this is eliminated, the case will go forward and up. In accordance with the resolution of January 13, 2022 on the privilege of the consultative process, DPP, the Securities and Exchange Commission, David Schwartz confirmed after the end of the trial XRP to $75,000. About meetings between third parties of the agency. According to the SEC, the handwritten parts of the documents she plans to edit are protected by the Consultative Process Privilege, DPP. The handwritten fragments in question directly reflect either 1. The author's thoughts on the issues discussed at the meetings and/or 2. Discussions among SEC employees during the meetings, the excerpts from the proposal say. The SEC noted that it is for the aforementioned reason that it respectfully asks the court to allow the proposed corrections. Some of the suggested revisions include Valerie Skipanik's notes on the February 2014 meeting, Michael Seaman's notes on the April 2018 meeting, and Jonathan Ingram's notes on the same meeting. The decision to grant or reject the SEC's request for editing will be left to the discretion of Judge Sarah Netburn. On January 13, 2022, the court order partially granted and partially rejected the petition of Ripple and individual defendants, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, to compel the SEC to provide documents that, according to the plaintiff, are protected by the DPP. Despite the DPP's recognition, the court noted that it would determine whether disclosure of important documents is appropriate based on the relevance of the documents that need to be protected. The U.S. Federal Court granted the Securities and Exchange Commission's request to extend the deadline for the parties to set a disclosure schedule for individual defendants, Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse. The date has been moved from March 23 to April 8, 2022. The court's decision was communicated to the parties in the form of a text posted on Twitter by lawyer James K. Filan, which read, "The SEC must inform the court of its position as to whether any additional discovery is required within a week of the filing of the individual defendant's response. #XRP community #SECGov #Ripple #XRP." The SEC's request for an extension of time was granted in a text-only order. It stated, "The SEC shall inform the court of its position on whether any additional discovery is required within a week of the filing of the individual defendants. The parties are invited to meet and discuss the briefing schedule for applications for summary judgment. The parties must submit a joint proposed schedule for court approval no later than 1 week after the SEC submission." Thus, it appears that the response of individual respondents should be submitted on April 8, 2022. The SEC's position on the additional discovery is due on April 15, 2022, and a joint proposed case review order is due on April 22, 2022. It is worth noting that regardless of the deadline set for the above-mentioned events, the response of individual defendants to complaints from the Securities and Exchange Commission will be the main factor determining the deadline for both the position of the Securities and Exchange Commission regarding additional disclosure of information and for the joint proposed order to review cases. For example, if individual defendants provide responses to the SEC's request on April 1, 2022, the deadline for submitting a position to the Securities and Exchange Commission regarding additional disclosure will be postponed to April 8, 2022, and a joint proposed scheduling order will be issued on April 15, 2022. As reported, the SEC had previously requested a 1-week extension to be able to propose a disclosure schedule for individual defendants. Ripple rejected this claim. Industry players accused the agency of using delaying tactics to upset the defendant. Undeterred by the SEC's delaying tactics, Ripple enthusiasts still believe that the outcome of the lawsuit will be in favor of the blockchain company. The live XRP price today is $0.88 with a 24-hour trading volume of $3,740,000,000. We update our XRP to USD price in real time. XRP is down 0.4% in the last 24 hours. Do you think XRP will be able to win the court and restore its former price? Write the answers in the comments. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you liked it, then don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel.